All right, everybody. So I'm a big fan of fuel injection of all kinds. I like it all. But the Holley Sniper EFI system I'm getting more familiar with. I've done the FiTech, I've done the MSD Atomic, and I've also done the Fast. So far, the Holley seems to be a little more user friendly. So that's what I chose to put on my blower CUDA. So here's the Super Sniper EFI system made by Holley. It is made for forced induction, so it has a 3-bar map sensing capabilities for the boost. And we're going to open it up and kind of go through a few things, and then we'll show an install on the car. But for now, let's look what's in the box. And I'm waiting to open it up so everybody else can see what I see. Well, you got two separate boxes for two separate throttle bodies. One's going to be the primary throttle body with all the, like your TPS, your idle air, that stuff to make it run. And then you've got a secondary throttle body with the injectors only in this particular setup. FiTech does something very similar. Fast does something very similar. Because you really only need one throttle body to monitor and tell the ECU what to do. You don't need both of them knowing where the throttle is at all time, because only one needs to monitor. So anyway, we got one of the boxes will have one of the throttle bodies in it. All right, look, which one's this one? Let's see. All right, this is the one, probably the primary. You can see with all the connections, there's your IAC. Some guys say IAC, but it's IAC, idle air control. Then you've got your TPS, throttle position sensor, fuel lines, inlet, and then you got an outlet. But then your mapping and stuff's also done under one of the covers. But you can see I got the polished ones because it's going to go in that blower. You know, you want some bling. You don't want to try to stand out with, unless you're going to go all black and that's your theme. On my car, my theme is a little more shiny, a little more pop. So anyway, you also have your harness. That's a fuel pump relay. Got the relay, got the plug for the fuel pump. Comes with nice wiring. That's a pretty nice plus for this system. Gaskets, instructions. Obviously, everybody needs those to mount it and to know how to get started on wiring this bad boy up, which we will do in a little bit. Then the throttle body sits on a box, and in this box will be your monitor. It'll be your plug for your external, like add-ons, like for your air conditioning, electric fans. This is the input wiring that plugs into the throttle body and tells that what to do. Then you have your actual harness that powers up. Then you have your O2 sensor. Your O2 sensor. You have a plate for the O2 to mount in the exhaust. Got two clamps, drill a hole, put the gasket, and there's a little plate in here and you clamp it in. Pretty simple, don't need a welder if you don't want to weld a bung in. A lot of guys try not to weld on the exhaust. And then you got your drive wire for like download. So you can download any mapping that you want done from Holley. They can send it via email or some kind of a SD drive or something. But anyway, and then you got your coolant temp sensor. Mount that in your port for your coolant side, and the engine can always monitor that. So I'm going to show you the other throttle body. I call the dummy throttle body. It's really not the dummy because it does have the injectors in it. It just doesn't read anything to make the system work. It's more of an input, as I would call it. It's looking for the ECU to fire the injectors, and it's also got throttle blades that allow air to move into the intake. But let me show you what it looks like. This is it. As you can see, there's two plugs right here that tie into the system. These are for the injectors. Then you got your fuel line coming in. This system here does not have a built-in regulator like the sniper systems do, like the single throttle body setups. Those systems are pretty nice. You run your fuel pressure in, and then on the other side, the return side already has a regulator built in, so you don't have to purchase all that separate. However, on this system here, running the dual quad setup, I'm assuming they tried to keep it clean and not bulky, not ugly. And they really don't know what you're doing with it, what type of boost application, so they don't know how to monitor how much fuel you need. So they do not include it, so you have to have an external regulator, no problem.